Do you think Austin has overtaken LA in the pecking order of comedy cities?
I think in terms of, God, it's a tough question. I'm going to say no because LA's got three great comedy brands. I mean, they got the Improv, they have the store, and they have the Laugh Factory. And now downtown LA is starting to blow up as well. I think in terms of like gritty comedy, in terms of like the pure comedy, maybe, because again, like when I go to Austin reminds me the most of New York, where you can bounce around to 5 different clubs within like a 3-block radius and you can
Yeah.
do multiple spots. You can't really do that in LA, but I still think, LA and New York are the top 2 places for stand-up. I think I think Austin is still formulating what it is. And I think, unfortunately, there's kind of this riff right now happening where it's like the mothership almost versus everything else. I think there's
Who sees that? Sees it that way? Is it the comics or the club owners?
I think the perception. I think there's a perception of Austin that there's a Rogan style of comedy that's happening. That's the Kill Tonys of the world, and is Rogan, and is like this kind of like hardcore extreme comedy. And then there's like this in a progressive town like Austin, and like there's this pushback against it. I think Austin is struggling with accepting the fact that there's the mothership. In some way, not the clubs. I think
It sounds like you're talking about the clubs.
no. How do I say this? I think, for example, like you take like I don't know if like Moon Tower is doing stuff with South or doing stuff with the mothership. I don't think like South by is doing stuff with the mothership. I think there's a lot. I think there's
South
almost
by is or isn't?
is not. I don't know if they are or they're
That's
not.
because I've been to South by more times than I've been to anything else, and I don't know why Mothership would do anything with South by because they're full every fucking night.
No, for sure. But I just feel like they're almost kind of like an island by themselves a little bit. And I don't want to speak for other club owners there because I really have no idea. I mean, the only really other club owner the Vulcan over there, I know the owner there, Nick, is at the mothership all the time. He has a great relationship with them. And, Rebecca at the Cretan Cave, I mean, she's like the mother of comedy. I mean, and again, she would be someone that I think you should talk to. But she is, I don't think she's supportive of all things comedy. It's just, it just feels like Austin is still trying to find its voice as to what it is as a comedy scene.
Yeah.
You have a lot of independent shows. You have a lot of random shows. You have shows that are happening in houses. You have like still this true to form of what Austin is as being weird. But now you have this institution. It's like they took the Comedy Store and the Comedy Cellar, they rolled it all up in one and they just put it right in the middle of Austin.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like there's almost like, it seems like there's a little bit of resistance towards it by some of the more like true people, like the true like artists in Austin, the comics in Austin. And maybe it's because it's not an easy place to get into. Maybe it feels a little Boise club. Maybe because like it feels like it's infiltrated the scene. I don't really know, but it just feels to me like as much as it's been so helpful and so great for the scene there, it's kind of viewed as like this kind of shocking type of place. It's kind of like made people think, and I also think because people think Rogan is kind of like this like extreme guy when he really isn't.
He's a polarizing figure though.
It's a very polarizing place, I think, for people.
Yeah.
I think Kill Tony's a polarizing show for people, and the rub of it all is like these guys, it was all born out of LA. It all came from the store.
So I haven't seen the data, but I can't see a way that the mothership hasn't been economically fantastic for the other clubs in Austin. I just can't envision how that would happen because you get all these new comics in. They're not only going to work the mothership, surely. They would go around to other clubs. People would go to Austin for the mothership and then they would also go and check out other clubs. Are they not experiencing an economic uplift?
If I had a club in Austin, first thing I would do is I would build a relationship with the mothership, right? And I would see what they're doing and I would not copy it. I would do the opposite way. And what I would do is I would create a community, my own kind of community, and I would see it as an opportunity to say, okay, they're getting weekend headliners like these guys or these comics, and there's all these other comics that can't get there, so I'll have them. You know, I would do everything that in my power to create something that is kind of like another way of doing it. But I wouldn't do it in a way to almost like be like, you know, we're different than, I wouldn't be like trying to be different in a way to be like they're not great. I would be saying, no, the Mothership is awesome and we're awesome too, and this is why.
Sounds like the approach you've taken in New York versus the Comedy Cellar.
Yes, the exact same way. And I do think the Mothership, if you're not thinking that way, has crushed you. I think if you're not thinking that way, it's probably hurt you because it's frustrated you. It's made you feel probably less than. It's probably made you feel like you're not getting as many options. You know, like, you know, people are probably saying, oh, I can't be with you. And I'm sorry, I got 3 spots at the Mothership.
Yeah.
Right?
And you've been there for 20 years and now you're like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.